All right, guys. Today in class, we're doing a Metamorphic ID Lab exactly like we did the Sedimentary Lab. As you can see in the agenda for today, we're identifying the samples together. This lab was given out in class, and you had to do the workbook questions for this. Let me actually show you where you can find the lab on my CBA. So you're just going to go to Labs, Unit 3, and this is the Metamorphic ID Lab. You guys hopefully did the questions, which are right over here, but we're going to be filling out this lab here together in class, and specifically the rock name, and then you're going to get everything else from your reference table. Okay, so just like the Sedimentary ID Lab, you're going to be doing this by watching this quick video. Okay, so let's go to my camera here, and I'll show you all the rocks just like we did before. Okay, so let's go through the list, and what I'd like you to do is at least try to guess the first time, and then after that, we'll just go through the names. Okay, so this is rock number 1. Rock number 1, as you can see, is kind of a dull black color. You can easily write on this with a piece of chalk. It has a layered look to it, so that's rock number 1. See if you can guess what that is. This is rock number 2. Rock number 2 has a non-foliated, as you can see, no layers to this. It's got a bit of a gritty texture to it, so you can kind of see that on screen there. All right, that's rock number 2. Rock number 3, try to guess what this is. Black, shiny appearance. It's pretty lightweight if you were to hold it in your hand. It's got some fracture to it, no real layering in this. That's number 3. Number 4, this is a little bit hard one to identify. It's got a bit of a sheen to it, a little shininess, as you can kind of see. Definitely layered, as you can see on the side, but it's got a little bit more glossiness to it than that previous number 1 had. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5 is this rock right here. Okay, so it's got a non-foliated look, no layering here. Big, large crystals that are white in color. Nice on a polished surface. It looks pretty cool. Number 6. And I'll just say that, yes, we can repeat here, but this is a layered, foliated, kind of dull looking, but reddish in color. Okay. Next one, number 7. This rock is classic metamorphic. You can see the nice layers there. Definitely what we call banded, meaning that it's got dark and light colored minerals aligned in rows there. Okay, so that's number 7. Number 8. Okay, so this rock here, you can see big chunks of pebbles and stuff that are all distorted in there and morphed and changed and glossed. So that is a non-foliated rock for sure. No layering to this thing, no organization. Number 9. Number 9 is this pretty rock right here, which has a very large, coarse texture. No banding. You don't see any like of those black and white minerals that are lined up in rows, but it's definitely a pretty rock. Okay, pretty coarse texture, pretty intense metamorphism. All right, we're on to number 10 here. This looks like some of the previous ones, the repeat, okay, but look at the color, it's a little different, definite layering, dull in appearance. Number 11 is also a repeat, okay, you can see the layers, absolutely perfect metamorphic texture to that. Okay, alternating light and dark, zebra stripe kind of pattern. And then finally, number 12. Here's number 12. Number 12 is a little tricky. Pretty big crystals of garnet in this rock. You can see some layers to this, a coarser texture for sure. You can see some of the shininess to that rock, but big chunks of garnet in this. All right, so that's all 12 of them. Let's go through the list and actually identify them for real. Okay, so we have number 1. Number 1 is an example of slate. Let's call this black slate because it's got that black color, because there's going to be multiple slates here. So that's black slate. Okay. Number 2. Number 2 is called quartzite. 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 Quartzite is metamorphism of sandstone. If you hold them side by side, let me show you sandstone. There's sandstone, there's quartzite. Very, very similar to each other. Okay, so this is metamorphic sandstone called quartzite. All right, number Number three is anthracite coal. Anthracite coal's got that shiny black look. Pretty easy map symbol here. All right, just solid black. Number four is Philite. Philite is pronounced Philite, but it's spelled P-H-Y-L-L-I-T-E. Philite's got a little bit of a shinier look to it than Slate does. It's a little bit more metamorphic. There's Philite. Number five is marble, metamorphic limestone. You can see that nice big large calcite crystals in this rock. It's got a coarser texture too. That's marble. All right. Number six, this is red slate. So it's just like the first one. It's an example of slate, but it's got a reddish color to it. So we'll call that red slate. Dull, but foliated. Definitely a layered look. All right. Next one after this is gneiss. Okay, this is an example of gneiss. It's got a pink color to it, as you can see. We're going to call this one potassium feldspar gneiss. Potassium feldspar gneiss because it has a lot of pink colored minerals in it, which are potassium feldspar. Okay. Next one, number 8. Number 8 is this rock here. This is called Metaconglomerate. Big chunks of pebbles, distorted, morphed, changed, and non-foliated. Came from conglomerate, which looks like it, but just not as shiny. Okay. Next one. This is an example of a rock called schist. Schist is definitely coarser grained. This is called mica schist because it's got big chunks of mica crystals in it. That's mica schist. Number 10. This is an example of slate again. Slate again has that dull appearance, layered, but this we'll call gray slate. Gray slate because it's got a grayish color. Okay. Next one. This is again an example of gneiss. Gneiss has that banded texture as you can see on screen. Banded. But we'll call this plagioclase gneiss because plagioclase feldspar has that white-gray color. So we'll call that plagioclase gneiss. And then finally, garnet schist. This is schist again, just like the mica schist, but this is called garnet schist because it's got big chunks of garnet crystals in it. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to fill out the rest of this table. All right, filling in all those columns. Just use your reference table to fill out all that information. Those are all the answers on screen there. And then you're going to turn this in by next week, Monday. Finish up the questions and hand this in, submit it virtually, or just send it to my email. Okay? And that's it.